Royal Enfield have just dropped their brand new variant of their 350cc motorcycle, which is supposed to be the most sporty and fun one yet, the Hunter 350. Implementing it into the range alongside the classic and Meteor 350, the Hunter is their neo-retro take on the very popular smaller cc class. G'day, I'm Kwackajack, and today we're going to be having a look at what could be another very popular bike from one of the oldest motorcycle manufacturers in the world. We are going to be having an in-depth look at the new bike and ask the question, would you buy it? Now, in terms of styling, the new Hunter 350 has the modern retro aesthetic that seems to be all the rage here in 2022. With a blacked out engine, dual seat, single headlight, and funky color options available to really individualize your bike. I think the styling is great, with it being kind of reminiscent to Triumph's Trident with the tank cutouts. Although here it's very new cafe racer-esque. This bike was designed for urban areas and to really dominate those busy city streets of some of the world's biggest cities. So in a sea of mopeds and 125s, this thing is going to be a real eye-catcher. Now, in terms of engine, it is rocking the same 349cc fuel-injected, air-cooled single cylinder from the maker's J series that are found in the other bikes in the line. The fueling has been modified though to give it a bit of a sharper feeling. In terms of power, it is only making around 20 horsepower and 27 newton meters of torque. So if you're after a performance machine, this ain't it. The quoted top speed is 114 kilometers an hour. So while it can reach highway speeds, if you're on there, it will really be maxing it out. Also, the top speed is reached in 4th gear instead of 5th. We can expect it to be a pretty characterful little engine, just like all of the other motors from Royal Enfield. But if you're looking for something with a bit more grunt, you should probably be looking at the 650 line, because that's not really what this bike is about. Let's also have a quick listen to the stock exhaust. I think what this bike is about is the appeal of a small, zippy city bike. The classic 350 is meant to be more retro themed, while the Meteor has more of a cruiser orientation. So that means that this one is going to be the sportiest of the bunch with the sharpest handling. It's got a shorter wheelbase, revised rake and trail, along with lower center of gravity. And this should mean that on the tight corners of a busy metropolitan area, it should be a huge amount of fun. For its suspension, at the front, it's got a 41mm telescopic fork, while at the back, it's rocking twin tube emulsion shock absorbers that have got 6 stops of adjustable preload. You'll be sitting at 790mm, riding along on 17-inch tubeless tires, and have an on-road weight of only 181 kilograms. So that is a fair bit lighter than its brothers, which are sitting at around 15 to 20 kilograms heavier. In terms of brakes, you've got a 300mm disc at the front and a 270mm disc at the rear. It does also come with dual channel ABS. Having ridden and reviewed the larger Classic 500 in the city, which was a lot of fun, I expect this smaller, lighter and sportier version to really be a wildly fun little machine for the city streets. The narrow tires really make the twists of the city into like a playground, and I think this thing is going to be an absolute hoot. And I'd love to get my hands on one when they come here to Oz and do a full review on one. Another huge plus will be the fuel economy. Equipped with a 13-litre tank and them claiming it to be around 36 kilometers per litre in terms of usage, that means you're going to get an estimated range of around 450 Ks. That's wild. Of course, if you're maxing it out on the highway all the time, that's probably going to come down a fair bit, but for the intended usage of like city riding, that's really impressive. Other things to note are the features, which include digital analog dash that displays all your basic readouts, USB charging port, LED taillight, ABS, as well as, of course, the great styling. Here in Australia, from the shop, you do also get 3 years worth of unlimited kilometre warranty, 24/7 roadside assistance, and it will be LAMS approved. There's also a big list of optional extras available for it too. Royal Enfield's built like a gun motto should translate here as well, with lots of parts hopefully being available, and it should be pretty cheap to replace them. So it's stacking up to be a pretty attractive little machine, and I think if they price it right, it could be a hit. We don't have pricing as of yet, however the Meteor 350 starts at 8,190 right away, while the Classic at just under 8K. So I'd be expecting the new Hunter to be in that same sort of 8K range, but maybe having a little premium put on top too. Which poses the question to me as to who's going to be buying this bike. Clearly it isn't really for the performance-driven individual. Instead, I think it's more for the young professional type that's living in or around a city that wants a stylish cafe racer to get to and from work. I see it being very popular in Asian countries as well, like Thailand, Philippines, and in India, where the modern styling will really stand out and the sporty setup allowing you to dominate the busier streets. So that's the new Royal Enfield Hunter 350. Would you buy one? I myself am a huge fan and can't wait to start seeing them here in Australia. Let me know what you think about the bike down in the comments below, and if you'd ever buy a 350cc Neo Retro bike. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, see ya.